Hello, I'm the Rational Conspiracist. Welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy the video. Project MKUltra was a set of illegal human experiments conducted by the CIA to identify drugs that could be used during interrogations. The project began in 1953 and was led by Sidney Gottlieb and the CIA director at the time, Allen Dulles. The aim was to create the perfect truth serum that they could deploy on prisoners. But they also wanted to use it to control other world leaders, for example Fidel Castro. There are many science fiction-esque claims about the MKUltra experiments. Historians suggest that these wild claims were put in place by the CIA themselves to distract from the actual goals of the program and to discredit people who speak about the project. The main focus was to create a truth serum. Where the experiments become very problematic is the human testing. In the early 50s, Sidney Gottlieb had the CIA purchase the entire LSD supply of a lab in Switzerland for $240,000, which in 2024 would be over $3 million. With a large supply of LSD, Gottlieb was now able to distribute the drug to American citizens and investigate the effects. During a hearing, the deputy director of the CIA testified that the CIA involved over 30 institutions in the research. In several instances, the subjects were unaware of their participation in the CIA program. There was even LSD testing in the U.S. Army. During the tests, 16 unknowing subjects received LSD and were interrogated. LSD was also administered to mental patients, prisoners, and drug addicts. One CIA officer even said they administered it to people who couldn't fight back. The hope was for the subject to make confessions or to wipe their memory completely. You may be wondering how the CIA was able to do this without getting prosecuted. Well, they set up secret detention centers where they held people that were suspected of being enemy agents. This was also during the height of the Cold War, so there were plenty of people being accused of being Soviet spies that they could use in the experiments. But they also just flat out administered the drug to people on the street. The exact methods of this are unknown since a destruction of the MKUltra documents was ordered in 1973. In the early 1950s, the CIA also investigated hypnosis alongside drug use to achieve the desired effect. They wished to induce anxiety on people and to affect the memory of subjects, causing them to either forget or remember certain events. Less is known about this aspect of the research, but it's suspected that it didn't lead to much since it doesn't seem to have been conducted on as large of a scale as the LSD portion. Since the CIA ordered the destruction of many MKUltra documents in 1973, it's hard to say how many people were involved and how many deaths were related to the program. It's believed that there were over 1,000 participants. The most recognized death related to the experiments was that of Frank Olson. Frank Olson was a biochemist in the United States Army. Olson was administered LSD without his permission and later died after falling from a 13th-story window. Immediately following his death, the CIA attempted to label it as a suicide, but the CIA's own internal investigative unit found Sidney Gottlieb responsible for administering LSD to Olson. Later, Frank Olson's family received $750,000 in compensation. Sidney Gottlieb ended the program on July 10, 1972 and retired shortly after. Due to the secretive nature of the project and the destruction of many documents related to the MKUltra experiments, many believe that the CIA still conducts human testing to this day.